What up? This is Ramashkin covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Paramount Plus new movie, Significant Other. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell, so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Let's rock this. Oh my god, this movie hit me like a curveball. Significant Other is an intensely delightful sci-fi horror. But here's the catch, you have to be patient, because it takes a bit of time before the story turns itself on its own head. The setup is this lovely couple, Ruth and Harry, who may or may not be on the same page in terms of how they view their relationship moving forward. But what's even more awesome is that after the big reveal slaps you in the face, the couple's dilemma continues, but within the context of life and death. That's all I can say without spilling spoilers, but trust me, whoever did the marketing for this movie deserves a pay raise. Because I, for one, did not see the twist coming a mile away, and I love it. Written and directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson, Significant Other follows a young couple, Ruth and Harry, who takes a remote backpacking trip through the Pacific Northwest, but things take a dark turn when they realize they may not be alone. Starring Micah Monroe, Jake Lacy, Matthew Yang King, and Dana Green. Okay, you may have recognized Jake Lacy showing up here and there in a bunch of movies or on various TV shows as perhaps a second or third supporting role. I mean, only recently does Hollywood recognize Jake's potential as a leading man or the leading man that he could be. And in Significant Other, Jake fits his character Harry like a shoe. Harry, for all intents and purposes, is a good guy, even when he's at odds with Ruth. Harry's the kind of person who would reflect inward instead of raising his voice. But there's another side of Harry that you'll see halfway through, and Jake plays both of them with tremendous ease. He's scary and funny, and the way that the new Harry analyzes love will sound like a lot of cocky men you know in your life. As for Jake's co-star, Micah, come on now. It Follows, The Guest, Watcher. You remember those movies, right? This is not Micah's first venture into horror mystery, and Micah's performance here is both creepy and relentless. And I wish I could say more, but I don't want to ruin the surprise for you. But Jake and Micah did so well on the screen together that even when the story turns into a hunter and prey situation, they are still intoxicating. I would say this is a pretty small size movie, a modest one at that. I'm guessing most of the budget went into the visual effects, which I admit are not major studio quality. But even if this film's bells and whistles are not on that level, and some of it might even remind you of T-1000, but Significant Other is the perfect example of building added values around the story as opposed to forcing the story to be in the service of the gadgetry. And as I implied earlier, the couple's dilemma gets even more and more amusing as the story goes on. It's kind of like this battle between mansplaining and self-reliance. The filmmakers capitalize on ideas of possessiveness and applying one's own weakness as a strength, which sounds straightforward, and it is straightforward, and yet the execution of it all is brilliant. Yes, some of the elements feel like a throwback to some of our favorite sci-fi horrors of the past, but Significant Other also puts its own spin and does it in spades.